other cakes. She should explore the other cakes. It doesn't have to be strawberry cake. You got a bunch of pajama girls up here.
She doesn't care what anybody else thinks.
Same thing, I got to take out Sabbath.
But if it turns out that in episode 100, you're the new lead.
So you gotta fill your well and then use your water from your well in your acting.
You guys were so fervent about it. And so it
Now, coverage like no other. Bringing you videos from the event floor. You're watching convention coverage.
Low key, I mean, did you guys work at all? Did you do things?
Yeah.
Did you get to work?
We did.
Yeah, we did do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Work got actually busier for me.
It did. I was like, how? I was really scared because I was like, oh my gosh, like what's gonna happen? And I'm like, wait, there's so much happening. So it was
Yeah.
yeah.
It didn't slow down at all.
No, I would say that the industry as a whole did a really amazing job pivoting to working remotely.
Yeah.
And it kind of kick-started all of the voice actors who have been dragging our heels forever about getting our own recording space set up at home. Like, I just was not going to do it. And it kind of forced us to do that. And now we're fully capable recording engineers.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. One of the things I think is really special that happened, like especially for the voiceover community, saw so many people helping each other. So many people were like, hey, like here, like have you tried like this plugin or have you tried like getting like this for your booth or whatever? And
Right.
everybody's just like, oh, I'll listen to your sample and like see. So it's been really nice. It's everybody being supportive and trying to help.
That
each other.
coming from a person who owns a whole recording studio, you don't count. That's very different from the people fumbling in the closet like me.
That's the route you took? Like just put blankets in your closet to cover the clothes?
Not even blankets. I have so many clothes I didn't need blankets. It's very well treated in there. But like Amber's like got this whole professional studio thing going on. You guys should be very impressed by her.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it didn't start that way. Like I had like years and years ago, I had a little closet that I just like I put like you can get like the memory foam from like Target. And just like I just pinned it up, and I'm like I have a booth. So
It starts
I know
there.
the struggle.
Right on. Oh, there's Leah. Welcome, Leah, to the stage.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I love your mask and your eye makeup is beautiful.
Oh, I love your mask. I love your pink hair. I love all of you. Hi. What's up?
Yes, we have a question.
So Fairy Tale has been running for many years, and it was only, I believe, around 2 years ago that the shows finally ended. So for all of you, what was the journey like working on the show from, first beginning to work with the show and then finally, coming to the end of the show? What was your feelings and the journey like?
I feel like when we started, like there's some series that you start knowing that it's going to be a really long-running show and that you're up for an epic journey. One Piece was that way. My Hero was that way. But with Fairy Tale, I didn't know going in that it was going to be as epic as it was. So I think I went in kind of unprepared for the fandom. And it has been so gratifying to watch it grow and like become, now Erza is probably the #1 thing at my table that people pick up. And that's so fantastic. I think that says really good things about the people who like strong women. And so it's been fantastic finding out how amazing the show was going to be, starting from where we started. But I will say that there was that downtime in the middle where we didn't have any recording to do, and I missed her very badly. And then we just kept waiting, like, when is that final season gonna come out? And finally, we got to come back in and record. But it was a total whirlwind. It was like so fast, and then it was over. And knowing that was the final season too, it was like, oh, it's so bittersweet. So yeah, it was a lot of ups and downs emotionally.
Yeah, because it was like a constant for a decade.
Yeah.
And then it was just over.
Yes.
And it was kind of a weird, like,
I don't get to do that anymore?
Yeah, it was really weird and sad. It was sad. I think a lot of us were really sad about
Not the show. The show was great. It ended perfectly, but
Yeah, no, but it was just as an actor to be like, this is a character I've had a relationship with for so long, to just, it's done. And it was hard. It was hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to let those characters go. But I think for Kana, her story developed, as we get along, and, people come and want Kana stuff, and I'm like, oh yay, more daddy issues, I love it. But but finding out like who she really was, and that if she's trying to do something for her own validation, she will never succeed. But if she's doing something for her friends, she will win every single time. And that was just such a you don't know that's what you're going to get when you start with Kana. And so where she ends up, it was just a really lovely character arc that was unexpected.
Yeah.
Oh, my mic is real hot. I feel mine is the same way. Mavis literally started off as Fairy B. It was like 2 offlines or something, and then we discovered she was Mavis, and it was great. But at first, I kind of resented the Mavis because she was exposition lady, and it's like her voice sits at the top of my range, and it's breathy, and there are so many words, and it was just like, oh, you are pain. But then Fairy Tail Zero happened, and I got to really, really know her, and I fell in love with her, and I was so happy to have that character. So that's my journey.
I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, like Brandish came in pretty late, like as you know, but it was just so cool to be part of like the community and like have like even though she comes in and is like gone pretty quickly, she has like a whole arc of like, you know, seeking vengeance and then like kind of having like a little bit of a redemption, like mini redemption arc in there, and just being able to play with her because she's just like, oh, like badass, like I'm gonna kill you, but then she's like a tiny little chibi gremlin. So it was just really fun and echoing what everybody's already said.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Good question. Bring them.
Hello.
Hello.
My question is, if you guys could cosplay as any character from Fairy Tail besides your own,
Yeah, because I wouldn't. Do you mind?
who would it be?
Happy.
Oh,
I want to wear the onesie.
yeah.
Those are the most comfortable. Yeah, exactly. I'll wear that. I'll wear that on Halloween. That sounds great.
I would do Erza. She's got badass armor.
Yeah, she does.
Like,
Yeah.
well, like
She
this, like the
does.
sword, like the yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm going comfort.
Yeah.
Happy?
Yeah.
I'll do Comfort and girl, Carla.
Yeah.
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 All right, cool. Thank you.
You got a bunch of pajama girls up here.
So fun right now.
Comfy's
We'll
the way
take
to
the
go.
cake.
And you're
I want
like,
the strawberry cake and the happy outfit.
I respect that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
If you could voice any other character besides your character from Fairy Tail, who would you voice?
Lucy.
Aw.
Nice. No hesitation. I love Erza.
Yeah,
so I
she's
would
awesome.
pick Erza.
And redhead. Redhead too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Now I'm gonna say Happy because cute happy gremlin.
I'm going to say horologium because I really want a clock that follows me everywhere and narrates my life. She said wisely.
Sweet. And then second question is, what is your favorite thing about your character?
There's a lot. Urza's pretty fantastic. I like her because she's very earnest. I think a lot of times in media nowadays, especially American media, so anime is kind of excused from this. We get a lot of that ironic, like we want to make sure that nobody knows we care too much about anything, lots of dry, lots of sarcasm. And Urza's just not that. She says things how they are. To the point where sometimes she doesn't get humor. And I relate to that.
I don't think that's true. We all laughed. That's not true.
Yeah, like for Brandish, what I do like about her is that she like can be very dry, but like that's just how she is. Like she doesn't care what anybody else thinks. She's not like putting up like a facade or something. She's like, this is me, and she also gives herself permission to be like childish and like pouty if she wants.
Yeah.
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 What I was saying about how she'd do anything for her friends, and like if it's self-gratifying, she can't do it. But yeah, I just like how strong she is for the people she loves.
Yeah, I think the value of that she puts on friendship and relationships and family above all, I think is awesome about the Maeve, especially since she's first master. There's so many other things that she could be a jerk about, but she's just not. So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Nice. Thank you.
What was your favorite battle the voice actor watched?
Oh, that's hard.
Battle to voice
Somebody else go first. I keep going first.
I got to fight Lucy, so that was really cool.
Yeah, same thing. I got to take out Sabbath, and that's always a good time.
I got beat up by Jamie, and that was cool.
But you told me to. You wanted me to do it.
I needed it.
My two are when I got to fight myself. That was really fun. And then I'm sort of afraid of spoilers in the final season. Raise your hand if you haven't seen the final season.
Oh.
See?
So the final scene, that's all you have to say.
In the final season, there's another person that's a female that I fight. And that was emotional. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Good question.
Thank you.
I love how supportive you guys are of each other. It's so sweet.
So, how did you get started as voice actresses?
Yes. How did you start as a voice actor?
I have a theater degree, and I met someone. I'd already done voiceover work. I met someone at a party who worked for Funimation. They said, you should come audition. And I said, okay, because it pays. And I did, and I was cast in Fruits Basket.
Yay!
That's my short and sweet story. You can tell that I've said that a lot, right? I've told that story a lot.
Yeah.
Mine's similar. I was in theater, and the person I knew was working for Funimation, and I asked, what is that about? And they told me, and I said, cool, I want to do that. And so I got put on the list for auditions and got called in, and my first role was Girl B in Case Closed. Woo!
Nailed it.
No, do we all have the same story? Is your story the same?
I sat down and Googled how to be a voice actor when I was 15, and
That's different.
and then I lived in Ohio, so like I was doing stuff out of my closet and just doing online stuff, like doing indie projects, like podcasts and stuff. And then I moved to Texas, and I got to do more stuff. So yay!
Aw.
That's the fast version.
I have the same story as the other two. I was in theater. I got a degree in acting, and I was in theater, and I met Laura Bailey, and she brought me up to Funimation, and so my first voice role was Colum, the Irish seagull boy in Dragon Ball GT.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, friends.
Second,
Have at it.
second question, if
Oh,
that's all right.
Sure.
Do you have any advice for would-be voice actors and actresses?
Take the voice out and focus on being an actor and actress first. Because if you can't act, you have a great party trick with different voices. But the main thing is you have to be an actor. You've got to be able to perform the role. And so Google will tell you you have to act. So that's my big thing is you've got to be an actor first.
Yeah. Bouncing off of that, like that's like so important. There's something else that like also I feel is like really important that a lot of people don't hear. You need to go out and live life because you need to be able to draw from real experiences for your acting. And if you don't ever go out or like talk to people or like do things, like you don't have your well's very shallow. So you got to fill your well and then use your water from your well in your acting.
Those are good. I'm going to also add that there are lots and lots of different ways to get acting experience, and it's very easy to sit in your shell and be like, no, but I want to be an anime voice actor. I don't want to do those things. And that just means that you're never going to come across those opportunities. So get out, and like you just heard how many of us started with theater. So get out and do theater, do student films, do fan dubs, do whatever kind of acting or any kind of entertainment media that you can, because that's how you're going to meet people who are going to be able to drag you into other projects. Plus, you never know what you're going to fall in love with. So,
I would add to that, what's been really helpful for me is singing lessons, whether you want to sing or not. It trains you how to listen to your own voice and know what you did in your previous take. So when your director is saying, do that same thing, but feel this here and be higher here and lower here, you already know what that means because you know what you just did. And I feel like fellow singers that I've talked to said that that's what also helps them. So I would say do that whether or not you want to be a singer. Just learn how to listen to your own voice and control it.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yay. God, we have such good advice.
Hi. I just wanted to say that I've been a very big Fairy Tale fan for like as long as I can remember. I've seen it like 3 times.
Oh my God.
All the way through 3 times?
Yeah.
Impressive.
I watched it when I was really little, but Erza's been a
Go
really, Erza's been a really big inspiration for me because I was like a tomboy like when I was a kid, but like when I was watching Erza, she was always like praised and didn't care what people said, even if she was like really strong and like just didn't really function as like Lucy did or something. And I thought that was really cool. But I actually have 2 questions for Colleen. What was your favorite piece of armor that Erza had? Like, what was your favorite costume that she ever wore?
You're gonna hate my answer. My favorite costume that she wears is her standard like bandages with the red pants because it looks really cozy.
Honestly,
That
I'm
looks
not
so
surprised.
comfortable.
I love the way it looked too.
Everything else she puts on, I'm like, I wouldn't be able to wear that.
True. You had me there for a second. I thought you were gonna say her swan outfit. And then my second question was kind of tying in with also your role as Momo and how Erza was so confident. Was it a different change for you since you've been doing Erza for like so long and she's like so confident, and then you go to Momo and she struggles with her confidence? How
Right,
is that
but you know
for
what? They're so similar too. Like I see a lot of parallels between those two. So in my mind, it's like Momo is the teenaged version. I know Erza is kind of a teenager, but in my mind, Momo is the younger version, and she could eventually grow someday to be as confident in herself as Erza. But they both take themselves very seriously, and they're both very type A people.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they get cast as
So
these.
weird. Unexpected is what it is.
That's just out of the box thinking. But yeah, I think that they are very related actually. It's just a matter of like putting myself back in, the days of having a lack of confidence. She's very self-conscious, Momo is, and Erza just knows exactly who she is.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. I have 2 questions.
Okay.
One's a serious one, and another one's kind of quote-unquote fun. Fairy Tale has a lot of episodes. Out of all of them, what was the best to record, and what was the worst?
Oh my God.
The best to record and the worst.
The worst were the ones I wasn't in.
I mean, I guess like it's not like the worst because like I just like working on anything and like all situations are different. But I did get out in prison in Fairy Tale.
That's true.
Not a good day.
Not a good day.
Terrible day.
Cathartic, but rough.
Rough.
Do you have a least?
I feel like my least and my best are the same. I don't want to do spoilers, but towards the end of the series, Mavis fought a lot and had a lot of emotional scenes, and they hit me in the feels, so that part was bad. But I love doing that kind of stuff as a voice actor, so that part was fun.
I think that's the thing too. Is sometimes the most challenging thing that seems like it wouldn't be good is the most fun for us.
Yeah.
We love a good challenge, especially as an actor. You want to do something that
So
rips your heart
rewarding.
out and stomps on it and spins it around a little bit, and then you're like, I feel so much better.
Yes.
Got it out.
Yeah.
Just gotta overcome those challenges. This
Yeah.
is just like Fairy Tale.
Yeah.
Okay, Jamie, you might be familiar with this.
Oh.
If the Fairy Tale Guild were in Danganronpa, which one would win the killing game?
Oh my gosh. I mean, who would kill everybody? That's what he's asking.
Yeah.
Monokuma has his ways.
Monokuma.
Wink.
Spoilers, it's me.
I think it'd be funny if it ended up being Mary Jane. Like, it was just like
Yes,
dark
right,
horse.
Mary Jane. We'll tell Monica that we said that. But yeah, that's definitely the right answer. Which makes sense because she's killed in the very first episode of Danganronpa.
Revenge.
Revenge. That's the next. Somebody write that.
There, fan fiction.
All right.
We
Done.
created
Thank
fan
you very
fiction.
much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
thanks.
Good question.
Sorry.
okay.
I have a few questions, actually. The first one is probably, what is your biggest pet peeve about your character?
Biggest pet peeve of the night.
No shoes. Ever.
I think mine is how after everything happens with Gildarts, she's still like, get away from me, I don't like you. Like, what? He's so ready to be your dad now, and you're like, whatever. Like, I love that, but it's the pet peeve. I wish she would kind of embrace it too.
Yeah, I guess like Brandish is so powerful. I'm like, girl, you could be doing so much more. You could have your own like
Guild.
You could have your own guild. What are you doing?
I would like Erza to chill every now and again. Like, she's a little high-strung.
Yeah.
And I feel like she needs to relax. Even when she's relaxing, like doing theater, she's still stressed out.
Yeah.
So I would wish for her a joyful, chill vacation.
Like a spa.
Possibly not at the spa or beach. Thank you, Anime.
In the mountains.
There you go, mountains
Yeah.
with
And
lots
then
of puffy coats.
My second one would probably be, what is your favorite or most outlandish line you've ever had to say in Fairy Tale?
Oh, I was like, it's a
remember.
good thing you stopped and added
In
that.
Fairy Tale. I don't remember at all.
I know.
Erza doesn't say many outlandish things.
I know. I shrink a guy and make him like give me a pedicure. Something probably in that scene.
Yeah, I think probably I can't remember the lines because keep in mind too, like we don't memorize these lines. We're
Right.
just reading them. So
Right.
we maybe read it 3 times max before
Yeah.
we read the
Years
next
ago.
one.
Yeah.
4 to 10 years ago. But when she stumbles out she's drunk and she stumbles out into the alley, something there. is what
Yeah.
One of those parts.
Yeah.
Drunk the alley.
This is true
Man.
for me as well. It's my least
Art imitates life. Gosh.
Yeah.
You know what? She explains so much, so I tend to get a little bit bitter just as a voice actor. So I'm like, God, can they just understand you? Can they just understand you without you talking like this? But there's a lot of times she has some really profound things she says too, and I've had a few moments of those, and I really wish that I had written them down because I wouldn't be disappointing you so bad right now because I don't remember them, but I do remember they were cool. One of them was, you have as many dreams as there are stars in the sky. I think that one stuck with me because I had people request it for me to write on. So thanks for the quotes. If you guys like the quotes, just keep telling them because then we have something to say when you ask us.
That's how we get.
That's a really good way of putting it, by the way, Jamie. That we've seen them, we've said them like 3 times 10 years ago. So it's hard
And
to.
then, my last one would probably be, mainly for like the more side characters, is what was it like kind of going from being in the background to having more detailed storylines?
It was fantastic. It's a delightful, delightful thing. It's
That
like,
is.
oh, would you like me to stand forward? Take some of the spotlight. Don't mind if I do. Or don't mind if I do. That's probably more like it. Yeah. It's good. I mean, it's always fun too, like when you have a character and then you're kind of given more of the story. It's fun to find out more of the story about your character too, but then, to be given so much attention is lovely for the character. Yeah.
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 Related but
Thank
unrelated,
you.
I'm always suspicious of background characters have really good character designs. I'm just like,
Same.
something's going on here. Why do you look so good?
Yes, whenever I'm directing and I have to cast somebody who's got a really detailed character design but 2 lines, I'm like, okay, but I have to use somebody good because what if it turns out that in episode 100, you're the new lead?
Well, you're just like, surprise!
Yes. That's funny. That happens to me all the time.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Hi. My question to all: if you have if Fairy Tale were to cross over with another anime, which anime will you guys choose?
One Piece.
Yeah.
I think
Very selfish choice.
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was gonna say, it having a crossover with Attack on Titan would be interesting because now it's like, oh, now there's like magic.
A very dark twist
dark
that Fairy Tale just took.
I'm still thinking
Oh, I was thinking One Piece too.
One Piece as well.
The same kind of fantastical powers,
Yeah.
And if you put them in the same world, then all of those outlandish characters get to meet each other and interact with each other. And who would not want to see, forgive me, but Luffy and Erza? Who wouldn't want to hear that? No, but I really, honestly, like they are so opposite. I would love to see them disagree a lot.
Especially with the strawberry cake.
Luffy would love her, but she would be Nami to him, She'd be super frustrated with him all the time, and it would be fun.
Oh, I didn't answer. I'm gonna say because it's weird and it would be dark and I would love it. Death Parade.
Thank you very much.
Poor guild members, just like
I
suddenly
know.
thrown into the.
Hi. Hi. As you can tell, I'm a big fan. So mine is just for Colleen. My favorite episode is the body swap episode.
I love that one.
How much did you enjoy working on that one?
So much. I never get to do those characters because I'm not particularly good at them. But like anytime I get the chance to do like a little mascot character voice, it's just so much fun. I really would love someday to actually do that in a show, but I'm gonna have to get significantly better at it because Tia blew me out of the water.
Cool. Thanks.
You're wearing my favorite Erza outfit.
I like awkwardly stood up in the corner when you said that.
Comfortable, so comfortable.
So my question is for Colleen. So as we all know, part of why Erza is so inspiring is because she is a very strong woman that sends a lot of different positive messages to young women. So do you have, like, what is your favorite message that Erza sends to viewers, particularly women?
We don't die for our friends, we live for them. I love that message. And I think that it is particularly important for people in high school to hear that message because I think that a lot of people go through really dark times in high school, and it's really easy to dip into the darkness and think that that's what life is because that's all you've known in that time period. And you got to push through. You got to keep going and get to the other side of it and find out that actually your friends are what's going to make your life incredibly livable and happy, and that your life doesn't have to be about the serious stuff that makes you cringe. It can be about the simple stuff that makes you happy, and a lot of that is friendship. So,
Thank you. I needed to hear that. Thank you.
yeah.
My question is, if your character was in a video game, what video game would it be, the genre, and like how would they do you think? Like, would they die in the first 2 seconds? Would they like rock it? Would it be a dating sim, a RPG, whatever?
RPG. RPG, and then like you could have the option of drinking or not, and if you drank, it would affect your ability. And then like also in that same, I haven't thought about this really until just like this moment, but I got excited about it. And then in the same vein, like if she's doing something competitive, she's going to automatically be deducted some because she won't be able to do it. But if she's fighting and like her friends are there and she's helping her friends, then she gets like a boost of power. That's just
Kind of
off
like a
the top
bard
of my head, I swear.
Just off the top of my head. This thing I've been working on for a decade.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then you could change all their outfits too before you went to battle.
Yeah. This is the worst answer, and I don't mean it. This is not like what I would actually do with Erza in a video game or like womankind in general. But growing up, I had a Barbie game on like the computer, like a floppy disk Barbie game.
Wow. Yeah, she played that after she died on the Oregon Trail.
Same era. And you would have to dress Barbie up. Like she'd go to all the different stores and you could get her in beachwear or you could get her in like a ball gown. And you dress her up in various outfits, and then she has to get to where she's meeting Ken on time, or Ken leaves a note and says, "Missed you, Barbie, sorry." But if you get there at the right time, then you get to go on a date with Ken. And like whatever outfit you picked. What if it was Erza, like getting dressed up to go on a date with Jalal? Because it's so accurate. Sometimes he wouldn't show up. And then sometimes you'd get to go to the beach in a ball gown, which was my favorite. Or like you'd go to a party in a bathing suit.
That's awesome.
RPG would be good too, because then you could do certain battles to get all the armor she needs.
Yes!
Right?
But I think she would like the dressing up part.
Yeah.
Lots of different armors.
Sure. I'm gonna say survival horror because what we could do, I'm thinking like dark, like edgy, like Silent Hill, but like you have to like shrink yourself or go get really big to like complete puzzles, and there's all these monsters and stuff, and I that's
like if Alice in Wonderland was more horror.
Yeah, horror. Like, oh my God, this thing's gonna kill me, or I gotta get really tiny and like hide or
like
something.
Alice in Wonderland and Saw.
Together they had a baby, and Brandish was the main character.
Yes, I see it.
It would have been so easy to do the Mario shrinking thing, but I like where you went.
I didn't think of the Mario shrinking.
It's not horror. We need horror.
Mavis is just, she's going to be the narrator and like the one that grants you all your rewards and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's your.
Yeah.
She tells you where to go and what to do.
Yes, she tells you where to go. She's like,
your
here's the
narrative
map.
voice.
Yeah. Here's your jewel, and congratulations. Try this again. I don't know. That's
In your own video game, you're an NPC.
yes. Yes.
I think we need to talk.
I like the idea of Leah being in a video game, though.
Me?
So that, yes.
Like as me?
Yes.
Oh.
Because then you could be this narrative voice, and then, it's like, go do this now, and then you could come in and be like, or like, whatever.
I don't know. Just if you want to, I guess.
Not
Fine.
It's your life.
It's your life. It's your journey.
That was a really
I
good
can't.
question.
Yeah, that was great.
Thanks so much, guys.
That was
and
fun.
Keep being awesome. You guys
Thank
are
you.
powerful and beautiful women.
Aww.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Hello.
Hello, you look lovely.
I love that
you.
it matches.
I know, right?
Thank you. I'm a really big fan of all of you, and I really, really love Fairy Tale. And my question is more of a general question of what's a show that you guys have been in that you feel is like kind of underrated and you wish more people knew about?
You wish more people knew about. Okay, so not like Fairy Tale, because lots of people know
No,
about Fairy
not
Tale.
like-
Something else.
Love Tyrant. I adore the show Love Tyrant. I love playing Akane. She's this crazy redheaded yandere, and there's a love note. Jade Saxton's playing like a death god who like tricks like the MC into like writing who's Austin his name into the love note, and then they're like paired together, and like it's then it makes him immortal. So even though I keep killing him, he won't die. But I love him. Anyway, I love that show. Please watch Love Tyrant.
Yay.
Good Luck Girl.
That's what I was
wish,
gonna say.
I wish more people watched Good Luck Girl.
Oh. I would Suzuka, is that still kind of under the table? I really liked it.
Suzuka's good too.
It is really good. I love the characters. I felt like they were so relatable, and the dialogue was great. And it was just a simple relationship story.
Sometimes those are so much the most fun to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say Cautious Hero because it came out right before. I mean, that's what. Since you already said that one, but it came out right before the pandemic started, and I just assume people haven't seen it because I haven't seen anybody.
Oh.
But it turns out people have seen it. So it's kind of exciting.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
It's interesting.
All right, thank you.
Cautious Hero.
Cautious Hero. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
He's overly cautious.
Good question.
This is more of a question for you as a director. So, since you're directing voice dubs, do you ever have to work with animators to clear certain stuff up?
Yeah, that doesn't happen. So Amber's a director as well.
Sorry, I don't know this stuff, so.
We don't get the opportunity to do that. Like when we get the material, as people who dub anime, when we get the material, it is done in Japan. And then we get what they give us, and we put new voices to it. So we don't get an opportunity to decide what is going to happen with the plot. We don't get a chance to ask sometimes questions about the characters that we're playing. We consider ourselves very fortunate if we have communication pre-anything and the chance to ask what's going to happen here. That has happened like 5 times in my entire dubbing career, and all of them on big titles. So with the smaller titles, that just doesn't happen at all. But like with My Hero, we have communication enough that sometimes I'm able to ask a question like, is that character male or female or neither? But that doesn't always happen. Almost
It
never.
used to be, we would at least get the season ahead of time. So we would at least know what was happening in the entire season. So if it was like, surprise, this character's actually this instead, we could prepare for it. But that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, because now we're doing broadcast dubs, so you're doing it as that's coming out in Japan, so you have no idea, and you better guess right.
Yeah, and sometimes that random, really well-detailed background character shows
right.
up, and then you're like,
That's
where did
right.
it come from?
That's why you cast Amberly Connors.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I wish that was the case.
I know, that would be nice.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
Well,
said all of our.
We're almost at the top of the hour here. I want to ask really quick. I mean, it's you guys. Fairy Tale, obviously very popular, been around for many, many years. I mean, what was it like to have that transition of doing a show so far back, so long ago, and then to come to a show 10 years later and have a reception of people that just love having you here and talking to you about something that you put your hearts into and something that they adore? I mean, how does that feel to you guys?
Great.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling. And it's, I guess, having been in the industry for so long, it is wild now to have shows that are 10 plus years old.
Yeah.
Panty and Stocking, for example, people still want a second season. Thank you. Or Strike Witches has come back for more seasons. And there are Fruits Basket.
Fruits Basket, is back for a revival.
Yeah, so it is, I guess you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. They might come back. And so I think that's kind of my belief, is that they're not fully gone. And this is not based on any information, but what's in my heart.
Yeah.
I like to believe that there will be something.
And it shows you the power of fandom, too, because those things came back because they were so popular.
Yeah.
And I think that more and more the popularity in America is having an effect on what anime is created in Japan. That could just be me making that up in my head, but it feels like that's happening. And I know that they're communicating with us more and more, so it makes me feel like worldwide anime is becoming more of a worldwide industry rather than just something that happens in Japan and then we get what we get. So you guys are a big part of that, and it's awesome.
And it's wild too, because even outside of conventions, years ago, anime was still kind of very in niche communities, but it just seems like it's way more mainstream. You see, especially with a lot of I'm just you even go to the grocery store. It's it's crazy. I'm just this is so cool because I love anime and I love the storytelling and the community and everything. So it's so cool to see so many more people being involved with it.
Or The Late Show shows a flash of My Hero, and it's are you kidding me?
Oh,
Or
wow.
driving down the street and it's that's a sticker of Erza on that car.
Right.
Driving down, it's
That's
so
cool.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and Fairy Tale, I didn't start watching Fairy Tale when I started dubbing Fairy Tale, So I came into it late, and I came into it because you guys were so fervent about it. And so it kind of told me that there was something special about the show that I need to go back and pay more attention to, because we can't watch everything that we do. That would be impossible. That would be a full-time job. So yeah, you guys sometimes are good arbiters of what we should and should not be paying closer attention to.
That's true. Yeah. Agree.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being at our show. And you guys will definitely be able to see more of these ladies throughout the weekend. They definitely will be doing autographs. They have photo ops available. So thank you much for being here. Please give a big round of applause to our guests, Colleen and Amber and Jamie and Leah. Thank you so much, ladies, for being here.